Our next case is out of Illinois, where a man has been charged with murder after shooting his girlfriend in the back of the head. Now, he admitted to the murder during a phone call with his son. This is what the police are saying. It happened on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2021. 50-year-old John Breseman allegedly shot 54-year-old Christina Czuj. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that name correctly. Now, she was shot multiple times while the two were in his car and they were driving on an exit ramp to Interstate 90. First of all, driving and shooting in the car at the same time is never advisable. What is unclear to me is who was at the wheel and how this actually, the fact that they were on the exit ramp, police are saying he was actually driving when this happened, but if she was shot in the back of the head, I don't know.
I'm hoping he was driving, because otherwise there's nobody driving the car after she's dead. Sure.
Yeah, and it was his car, so presumably he was driving. It's just that some of the facts in this are not clear enough to me.
Yeah.
Even if he is driving, which presumably he is, and it's his car, it's still like driving and shooting and the back of her head and
and the other people on the highway, and who knows what happens. No, incredibly dangerous situation.
Very, very dangerous. This whole situation, it does. I know we use the term because it's a legal term, the heat of passion. Clearly, this was an argument and it exploded in real time while moving. It is a miracle that no one else was injured or killed if this all happened the way we believe it did. So John Breseman called 911 to report that he shot Christina. Okay, so he appears to be admitting it immediately. Police say they arrested him on the scene without incident. Christina was pronounced dead 15 minutes after police got there. Assistant Cook County State's Attorney Margaret Johnson said that during a bond hearing that Breseman claimed that he had killed Christina in self-defense. This is his story.
Yeah, that's going to be
how do you do that to the back of the head?
Yeah. So super quick here on self-defense. Self-defense is a reasonableness standard, right? You have to, reasonably believe that your life was in imminent danger of either being killed or seriously injured. Reasonably believe that the immediate use of deadly force was necessary, and use no more force than was reasonably necessary. I don't know how you get past all of those hurdles when somebody's got multiple gunshot wounds in the back of their head while you're in a vehicle. He doesn't appear to be armed from what I've read. You're going to get into more of this, but there does not appear to be any kind of...
What do you mean he wasn't armed? He shot her.
Well, I mean, she doesn't appear to be armed. Sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you for catching that. She doesn't appear to be armed. What great bodily threat is he experiencing that he would be reasonable to pull a gun on her? And you're going to get into more of this, but there's no signs of injury on his body, nothing to support this case. So that's going to be a very difficult argument for him and his attorneys to make.
I think you're right on that one, because that's a key point. He did not appear to have been injured as if she were pummeling him while he was driving or anything like that. He told his son in this telephone conversation that apparently he called the son before he called police, which of course didn't give Christina any extra precious moments that she would have needed to perhaps save her life. Though no doubt gunshots to the brain are going to be, obviously fatal, likely fatal. He told his son that she attacked him while he was driving. Now, it is possible that she did and he wasn't injured, right? That she could have gone berserk on him.
Sure.
That's possible, right? He's screaming, fists, whatever, and didn't...
the wheel, trying to take them both off the road, sure.
That's possible. That's all possible. And he may not have sustained injuries that we may see as a result of what he says happened. He later admitted to police that he did kill Christina while he was on the exit ramp. He said, quote, self-defense or not, I messed up. That's what he told police. And the Herald is reporting that. And they are also reporting that he, quote, said, I killed the woman I loved. There is evidence that was found by investigators that is painting a slightly different picture, and that shows that maybe John was not acting in self-defense, and here is that evidence. As you mentioned, no marks or bruises were found on his body. Doesn't mean that she didn't go berserk in the car. And this, I think, really is the most damaging part of the whole story. So there were messages from his cell phone that showed the couple had been arguing for some time. And the argument was pretty simple. In an email dated December 28th, John was really mad at Christina because she had made New Year's plans for New Year's Eve without him. And that's really what was at the heart of this.
Yeah.
So apparently he wrote in one of the messages, quote, "Maybe I'm just a jealous fool that loves you very much." The two had been dating for 2 years. So clearly not a good sign if on New Year's Eve and you've been dating for 2 years together and you don't want to be with your significant other. However, let us not forget that there is a pandemic. So there could have been, I'm just going to toss that out there. Maybe there was something else going on why they couldn't be together. And okay, I get it. You're like, oh, this is likely not it. But nonetheless.
No, I get it. The problem is, what's he doing with the gun in the first place, right? Driving around on New Year's Day and you've got a gun in the car when you're picking up your girlfriend. That's going to be problematic.
Mm-hmm. He has been charged with first-degree murder, and he has been ordered to be held without bail in the legendary Cook County Jail.